Hello literature lovers. Today as you can see I'm discussing The Beer. Subtitle is A Joke in One Act, or in Russian we can say Bor, B-O-O-R. It's a one act comedic play written by the famous Anton Chekhov. He's a great Russian author, one of my personal favorite. Especially this play was originally dedicated to Nikolai Slo Slovastov. I'm sorry, I'm not good at Russian names. Chekhov's boyhood friend and director and actor who first played the character of Smirnov. So, dedication is quite important, and the name, that is the subtitle of the play, is quite important. A joke in one act. So we know that this play is in one act. It's comic, so it would be a rare delight to be part of it. Now talking about its premiere, it was premiered on October 28th, 1888. Talking about the characters: Alina, a landowning little widow with dimples on her cheeks; Grigor, a middle-aged landowner; and Luko, Popova's aged footman. Talking about the plot, the storyline that takes place in the drawing room of Alina's estate exactly 7 months after her husband's death. Since her husband died, Popova has locked herself in the house in mourning. Her footman, Luca, begins the play by begging Popova to stop mourning and step outside the estate. She ignores him, saying that she made a promise to her husband to remain forever faithful to his memory. Their conversation is interrupted when Grigory arrives and wishes to see Popova. Although Luca tells Grigory to leave, he ignores Luca's request and enters the dining room. Popova agrees to meet him, and Smirnov explains to her that her late husband owes him a sum of 1200 rubles as a debt because he is a landowner. Smirnov explains that he needs the sum paid to him on that same day to pay for the mortgage of a house due the next day. Now Popova explains that she has no money with her and that she will settle her husband's debts when her steward arrives the day after tomorrow. Smirnov gets angered by her refusal to pay him back and mocks the supposed mourning of her husband, saying, "Well, their state of mind, husband died 7 months ago. Must I pay the interest or mustn't I?" I must say, must I pay the interest? Mustn't I? Suppose your husband is dead and you have got a state of mind and nonsense of that sort, and your steward's gone away somewhere. Devil take him. What do you want me to do? Do you think I can fly away for my creditors in a balloon or what? Or do you expect me to go and run my head into a brick wall? Smirnov decides that he will not leave the estate until his debts are paid off, even if that means waiting until the day after tomorrow. He and Popova get into another argument when he starts yelling at the footman to bring him kvass or any alcohol beverage. The argument turned into a debate after true love according to the different genders. Smirnov argues that women are incapable of loving anybody except a lapdog, to which Popova argues that she wholeheartedly loved her husband, although he cheated on her and disrespected her. The argument deteriorates into another shouting match about paying back the debt. During this argument, Papa insults Smirnov by calling him a beer, among other names, saying you are a boor, a coarse beer, a bourbon, a monster. Smirnov, insulted, calls for a duel, not caring that Papa is a woman. Papa, in turn, enthusiastically agrees and go off to get a pair of guns her husband owned. Luca overhears their conversation and gets frightened for his mistress and goes off to find someone to help. But at the end of their fight, before anyone gets hurt, meanwhile, Smirnov says to himself how impressed he is by Popova's audacity and slowly realizes that he has actually fallen in love with her and her dimpled cheeks. When Papa returns with the pistols, Smirnov takes his love confession. Now Papa oscillates between refusing him and ordering him to leave and telling him to stay. Eventually the two get close and kiss each other just as Luca returns with the gardener and coaching. You can see the storyline is quite interesting. You will definitely like it. Today I thought to get into the explanation mode. The bear's comedy derives from the character's lack of self-knowledge. The widow Popova fancies herself inconceivably bereaves while Simon considers himself a misogynist. They are both stock examples of adolescence, that is, figures made ludicrous by pretending to be more than they actually are. The play had its premiere in Kosh Theatre in Moscow on October 28, 1888. It was a success from the start, and Chekhov's lifetime it brought in regular royalties, and it has constantly been revived on both professional and amateur stages worldwide since then. And Chekhov, who often referred to his own writing in self-deprecating ways, remarked on his success that I have managed to write a stupid vaudeville which, owing to the fact that it is stupid, is enjoying surprising success. It's a one act of many of the Chekhov's farce vaudevilles, which also includes a proposal, a tragedian in spite of himself, and unfinished night before the jail. In letter to Chekhov on February 22nd, Chekhov wrote that just to while away the time, I wrote a trivial little in the French manner called the beer. Alas, when they out on New Times find out that I write vaudevilles, they will excommunicate me. What am I to do? I plan something worthwhile and it is all tra la la. In spite of all my attempts at being serious, the result is nothing. With me, the serious alternates with the trivial. Chekhov used a French play Les Jurons de Cana by Perrier Batter as inspiration for the bear. The main similarity between the two involves the idea of the male being a bear and tamed by a woman. That's all for today. Thank you.